Hello friends and enemies! Today we reach the penultimate episode of our journey into Wave 2 of Cosmic Legions. And we will be looking at, dare I say, the infamous Aius Cyppiteon, I think is maybe how that's pronounced. It's well known already that this particular wave has had some issues. Mine haven't had any big problems so far, except for Vol was missing one of his tubes, and that's about it. But apparently this guy in particular has a bit of a problem with a joint in his middle, because he was sent out with this amazing instruction sheet. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this. Please draw your attention to these beautifully illustrated instructions. This image in particular, something of a meme. We were at Legions Con and there was someone cosplaying this, the alien in the coffee mug, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So anyway, if you happen to get this guy and you don't get this instruction sheet and it's not too late, heat him up before you move him. That's what we're gonna do when we get him out of the package. But for now, it's the same song and dance. Window in the front, character information on the side, wave lore on the other side, and a list of the characters we've got so far. Sorry about my ring light, it is being very aggressive. So let's open him up because I am eager to make that cute little drawing a reality. You're all familiar with my trusty rusty razor blade. So normally in these clamshells we've been getting the figure in the front here and then accessories on the side, but he gets an entire second clamshell. Okay, so I am not going to attempt to move him around too much initially, not until we get him into that warm water bath. We are just looking at the gestalt, the beauty of the creature in front of us. Not what he can do, but what he is. In all honesty, he looks very cool. I love this design. It's your traditional gray alien, but much taller, more intricate. He's got the gray alien flavor with some flourishes, I would say. Initially, when I opened the package, I thought that he hadn't come with this keycard necklace, but it turned out it was just like backwards and like kind of wedged up in his head somehow. I do not know how that happened, but I'm glad that we actually got it because it really adds kind of just like a flash of bling to an otherwise very muted palette. And I say muted, but like this purple's pretty rich. And he is a gray, his skin is gray, but it's not just gray. There are so many different colors going on here. A smattering of brown, some lovely pinkish purples around the eyes and in parts of the musculature, some blues, some off-whites. And I really enjoy the meeting of the futuristic sci-fi with the kind of medieval primitive style of this garb. Like, yeah, you've got this long crotch piece here that's pretty futuristic, but this is something more that you'd see in the Mythic Legions line. But I like that a lot. The detail on that keycard is really nice. Everything's crisp. The paint is just like, I can't get over it. It's so perfect. Not just that it was executed perfectly, just that the colors they chose for him are perfect. You know, in nature, not everything is one color. And in fact, colors are made of other colors. Of course you guys knew that because you're very smart. That's why you're watching this YouTube channel. Beautiful eyes. I love the way they're reflecting my ring light. It's a little upsetting. I really don't care for these pegs and this port in the back, but that's kind of the name of the game with Mythic and Cosmic Legions. Pretty much all of them have things like that. And he does have pauldrons we can plug in here. And once we do that, this won't be as visible. I will say this forearm is looking pretty bare. Like, I wonder if they didn't even bother to paint this one because it's hidden under this gauntlet. And I don't want to try and remove this gauntlet at this point in time, but I will try after he's all heated up. I don't even know if it comes off. Got an extension to that crotch piece over the back. A very saucy exposed thigh. Some very simple shin guards. A lot of other people in the Cosmic Legions line have gotten much more ornate and involved boots and shin guards. Not this guy. He's a little simple. That's not bad. So I believe now is the time for him to be dunked in a mug of hot water, and you can tell he's excited about it. Here we go, buddy. Just like the instructions said. It's gonna be nice. Spa day. You're living a life that many of us can only dream about. Alright, so he gets to sit in there for a couple minutes and then we will be back. Alright, he's been sufficiently hot tubbed. Let's see. I'm definitely not going to force anything. No crunch. Because I think in there it's only a peg. There's only a simple peg. I do like the range of movement on his head. It's because his head's so big, but his neck is so small and slender. But I do kind of wish, just finding myself wishing that there was neck movement, and I know that wouldn't really work with this sculpt here. but I just feel like that could have added so much. Also, from certain angles, it looks like part of the head and neck is missing when you do certain poses. Gaps like that have never really bothered me. It might bother some people, but you do get a good range of movement on that head. Very expressive. The giant bug eyes help that. I mean, this is fairly typical movement that we've seen from Cosmic Legions. Single elbow, twist, and up and down to the hand. We're going to be gentle with that. Some pretty good movement there. Oh yeah, I was going to take a look at this and see if this gauntlet came off. So the gauntlet does not come off, but what does come off is the hand part of this hand from the peg. It's just that one of the connection points inside here became disconnected. All I had to do was put this part back on, but now I'm a little nervous about putting this hand back in. So I just put a different hand in for now. And we're just going to have to be careful with this hand for the foreseeable future. So yeah, I haven't been really having any issues with Mythic and Cosmic Legions lately. This is the first, I think, one where I am having more issues. But let's get back into seeing what he can do very gently. Ooh, his legs are pretty stiff. I don't know. Yeah, I think his legs are going to have to be heated up too, but we've got a single knee on those legs. Swivel up there. Up and down on the feet. And a ball joint on the feet as well. So yeah, this guy is pretty finicky. You're definitely going to want to be careful with him, even just beyond this joint right here. I think every part of him might be easily breakable. So just be very careful. It's kind of a shame because he's a really cool figure. He feels like he would be really fun to move around and just mess with, but he's just too delicate. He's just too delicate. So he will come with these extra hands. We have the holding things hand on a different axis. We've got these trigger finger hands. We've got these splayed out hands. This is the one I attached to him. He comes with these pegs. Also, a lot of them have come with these clear pegs. Actually, I don't think the last 3 I've opened in the Grave Nightwave have had these. Unless I'm totally tripping out. I don't think they have. Extra hands always good. Be careful. I didn't see anything about him coming with spoons. He does come with these pauldrons, and I'm very afraid now to put these in. He's definitely going to need some heat to make that work. Very cool shield, though. I love that graffiti, kind of spray painted logo on there. And the meteor staff. So I said this was like Oleg's meteor staff. I guess this guy is Oleg's mentor, kinda. So this might be the meteor staff, or at least a version of it. And he's got nice throwback to the Mythic Legions. They all come with this belt harness type thing, and he comes with one too. This one is properly sci-fi-ified. Pop the head off gently. There's this dumbbell joint, and the joint part is pretty thin, relatively speaking, so maybe still be careful. You can kind of stretch that over him. I might like this harness on him because it kind of keeps this necklace in place, because this necklace like wants to flop all over the place. Once again, gently. Okay, these pauldrons. He's definitely going to have to be heated up again. I don't want to risk anything else. So let me do that. All right. He definitely needs some heat applied if you're going to put in those pauldrons, because I had him in some pretty hot water for a while and they still didn't want to go in. So the promo pics have him with just one pauldron attached right here, and I might like that look better. I put them both in just to see. They do tend to float a little bit, and also, like, you can kind of be like, okay, this is attached to this pauldron, but there's nothing attached to this pauldron except, like, flesh. So unless it's, like, really, like, attached to his skin, then it doesn't make much sense. Though, again, you can use your imagination and pretend it's being held in place with science, magic, electromagnetic energy. Ooh, and see, now that it's gotten a little cooler, it just does not want to come out. This guy is tight, you guys, and I don't mean in the cool way. If people even say that anymore, tight. When I was in high school, that's what the kids would say. Oh my god, yeah. So I'm not even going to mess with that right now because it is in there, and to get it out, I'm going to have to heat him up again. So let's just leave it in for now. Got him with his meteor staff, though I might like the look of this better, though I don't know if it really fits him that well, in my opinion. He's like supposed to be the wise mentor, and this looks like a riot shield. I don't know, it's not my story. I didn't come up with the lore. But he looks more at home with the staff than he does with the shield, but the shield is very cool. And I was just giving him a shield, and the pauldron that I didn't want to fall off, fell off. I don't know, there's lots of issues with this one. Some of them can be solved just through heat, the application of heat, but it's kind of a pain to have to heat it up every time you want to move him or insert something into him. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. And this wrist is being kind of floppy now, so I'm just going to give him back his staff because it's less stress on that wrist. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I really love this design, but this one is a bit of a miss. He's not that much fun. You guys know me, and you know that I'm in this more for the looks than I am for the articulation or the mixy matchiness of it. And he looks beautiful, just like flawless execution as far as that goes, but everything else, he's just not fun to play with. It's just a bit of a hassle. I'm kind of stressed out every time I touch him. Looks cool though. But again, I mean, I don't know what kind of trouble Four Horsemen was having with their factory with this newest line, but there has been trouble apparently. But they know that there's issues, and they have tried their best to alleviate them while still getting product into people's hands. So I appreciate that. This is one of those toys where you set it up in a pose you like, get it the way you want it, and then just don't touch it again. And like I always say, you guys might have a different experience with yours. Maybe yours is better, maybe yours is worse. I don't know. That's just how I feel about mine in particular. Here he is with Olek, his charge. And I did not realize that he was so much bigger than Olek. I guess because I haven't played around with Olek in a while. But this guy is quite a bit larger. I mean, he's skinnier, scrawnier, of course, very lean, but he is much taller. For some reason I thought they were about the same height, but I was very wrong. He's also taller than Novan Lean, so of course he's going to be taller than Mbira. Yeah, I didn't realize he was such a big boy. So yeah, rarely do I have an issue with anything Four Horsemen puts out. This one's different, but I think they know that. I think they know that this one is a bit of a hassle, and it is a shame because he looks so cool. He's beautiful, but frustrating, like a unicorn. So if you get this one and you're messing with it, heat all the way through. Don't even try to remove anything or move him around without heat. Don't even try to take his hands off without heat. Heat all the way through. I don't care how you do it. Hot water, hair dryer, yeeting him into the surface of the sun. Just use heat, and that is my advice to you. So I hope this was informative. It was very frustrating for me, but look at that face. Cannot deny that face. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Likes and subscribes are very much appreciated, and comments are more than welcome. And I will see you guys on the next one.